So we went to town today, and as you know, last week, I guess it was last Tuesday, Monday, Monday maybe, I don't know. Regardless, so it's been just over a week, and we bought these new tires. These are highway tires. The last set I had was all-terrain tires, and I'll tell you, there's a huge difference. So let's see, we went for a 6-mile or 9-mile drive the other day, and it was pretty cold out, and I felt the vibration. I was like, uh-oh, something's wrong. But after 3 miles, it smoothed out. Well, I looked into it. I didn't know this, but these new highway tires use a different type of rubber or something, and they will actually flat spot if they sit too long. In this case, I guess it was, you know, several days. Maybe it's been 2 weeks since I got this. It doesn't matter. So in the cold weather, the tire has to warm up to get that flat spot out. I just found that interesting. I mean, it could be because I bought cheap tires too, but I don't know. Oh, but the way you solve it is in the wintertime, you just air it up. I think they said 4 more pounds, and that takes care of the problem. So, well, I will tell you, I never stop learning things. You know, you go your whole life, you think, okay, I understand that subject. I mean, how hard can it be? And then you learn, wow, there's a lot of information to this. I mean, I bought hundreds, not hundreds, that's silly. Lots of tires, brand new tires in my life. I used to travel for a living, and I think I owned 6 cars. 6 or 7 cars. I put 100,000 miles on each one of those cars for those business travels. So, I mean, I've put a lot of miles on the road. And I don't know if I've ever really paid that much attention to tires. You know, you buy the one with the best warranty, you buy the ones that are cheapest, you buy the ones that, I don't know, oh, I remember one time I bought tires that had longer life. I think the standard life expectancy of one tire was 40,000, and there was another one for 60,000. So I bought those because I drove so much. But I didn't know there was so much science into tires. I mean, I guess I should have known. I used to watch NASCAR years ago, and you know, tires were always a subject of a problem. You know, one track has to have a certain tire, and another track has to have another tire, and all this engineering that goes into tires. But I really didn't realize it was such a big deal. So the tires that came on this truck when I bought it were all-terrain Goodyear Wrangler tires. Okay, fine. And I mean, we drove it, I guess, what, 40 or 50,000 miles, I don't know, whatever it was. And the reason I tend to buy new tires is I will get a flat. I'll pick up a road hazard. I never really get to the wear markers. Those Wranglers didn't have wear markers, you know, and a wear marker is a little bump inside the tread there. And when the tread gets to that bump, you're supposed to change tires. Usually I don't wait that long. I'll pick up a nail, and I'll think, and if it's close to the wear markers, I'll go ahead and change the tires, because what I've noticed is once you get that flat, you'll start getting flats all the time, because there's just not as much tread to protect the tire from getting punctured. So it was happening quite a bit on that first set that I bought. I bet I had 4 or 5 flat tires, and I thought, you know, I'm done with this. We had several tires, flats here in Missouri, and then we were down in Texas, had a flat. So while we were in Texas, I went ahead and bought new tires. And I bought the same exact tire. Goodyear, all-terrain, Wrangler tires, but these, they were upgraded. And they had Kevlar. And I thought, okay, well, whatever that is. I mean, I know what Kevlar is, but I don't know why it's important in tires. Well, personally, I don't think it did anything. It had a name on it, it said Kevlar, but I really did not notice any difference. They didn't last any longer. And sure enough, when the tread started to get a little low, I was thinking about changing the tires sometime this year anyways. I got 2 flat tires right in a row. Same tire. And I thought, well, it's time to change tires. That's just what I do. Well, this time, the Wranglers were pretty expensive. They were like $175. The last time I bought them, they were $100 at Walmart. And I wasn't going to spend 175 bucks. So I shopped around. I mean, Walmart. Well, actually, I went to Big O Tires, but I don't even know what they were going to sell me. But man, I didn't want them, whatever they were. $1,000 they wanted. Well, I could go to Walmart and get the whole thing for just over $500. So that was half price to me. So went over there and found their on sale tire. I've never heard of them. They're called, I'll walk over here. Anyway, they were $99 a piece. And I checked, you know, with AI and Google, and I did all my research on them to make sure they would do what I needed them to do, drive around town and haul lawnmowers. So they're called Savro HT2 CT radio. And I'm sure they're just cheap tires. But they had the same amount of life expectancy as the Goodyear tires. They were $175. And everything said they're going to be fine tires. So you get, what do you get? All-terrain. You get those so you can travel in the mud and on gravel. Well, I didn't know you weren't supposed to travel on gravel with these, but apparently if you live on a gravel road, you should have all-terrain tires. I don't live on a gravel road. I mean, we'll go for little drives around here on gravel roads. We might limit that a little bit. But if you do drive on a gravel road, all you got to do is go out there with your little screwdriver and pick the rocks out. Because those rocks could damage the tire, I guess. But I've never noticed. I didn't know that. So I bought more expensive tires in the past so I could ride around on gravel when the majority of the time I ride around on highways. So I didn't know that, but that's what I was doing. And I definitely don't drive in the mud, because every time I do, I get stuck because it's two-wheel drive. So it doesn't even make sense to have them for mudding. So anyway, bought these tires, and I'm telling you, I noticed a huge difference. Instantly I noticed a difference. So, but I didn't really pay much attention to it because I don't know, I just wasn't paying attention to it, but I did notice. So then we had the bumpy thing, and wanted to make sure that went away. Well, today it was 40 degrees when we got in the truck and we got on the road. Now we live on a pretty curvy road that takes us to Walmart. It's a good 15 miles of nothing but S-turns. So first thing I noticed is the speed. I'm driving 55 miles an hour and it just feels like I'm creeping along. I felt like I was doing 30. And what it is your senses pick up on all that extra noise. And yes, actual noise and other noise. So like the vibration that you feel. You know, the vibration is really heavy with the all-terrain because the tread is spread out further apart. That's the thing about the highway tires, is the tread's real close together. And it picks up more gravel that way, but with the all-terrain, with them being spread out, you don't pick up as gravel, but you have all that vibration and that road noise, and it just feels like, with all that other sensory, that you're going slower, even though your eyes are telling you, now we're doing the right speed. So, yeah, I think I made a video the other day where I was telling you, I was trying to get, anyway, I was trying to get past this car, and the car started racing me, and I didn't even realize it. But before I knew it, I was doing 80 miles an hour with these new tires. So I really got to pay attention to the speedometer until I get used to these tires and the lack of all that vibration and noise and all that. I got to get used to them first. So got to be careful. I don't want to do 80 miles an hour again. That's just not me. So of course, you know, like I said, feels like I'm going slower. The other thing I noticed is, man, it sure can handle the turns so much better. I mean, just so much better. In the old tires, if you took a turn as fast as I was taking in these, you could hear the tires go, not skidding, but you could hear it lose traction on the road as you're making that turn. You could sense it. But here I didn't do that at all. Now, what was really interesting is I would come up on a curve like I always do, and I always let go of the gas. I try not to use my brakes. I've always been selfish with brakes. I try to drive slow enough, and I try to gauge the distance to a corner so I can just let off the gas and the truck or car will slow down enough that I can get around it. And then I tap my brake so that everybody knows that I'm slowing down, just to get the brake lights to kick on. But the thing with these or the thing with the old tires is even when I got to the turn, I usually have to hit my brakes a little bit more because you'd feel that kind of, or hear that noise. So, but with these, I didn't hit my brakes the entire time I was on that S-curve road, either direction. I'm doing 55 miles an hour, and I'm really focused on that 55 miles an hour because it was so easy to get too fast. And when I come up the curve and let off the gas, it was, well, that was what's interesting, is I didn't even really have to let off the gas too much. Most of those curves I was able to take at 55 miles an hour very comfortably, not even like a little bit worried. It was just real easy to take. But a lot of them just lay off the gas, and it took those curves, even the bigger ones. And I think the slowest I got on any of those curves was 50 miles an hour. I don't think I got much lower, maybe 48. But there was a lot of times on those old tires, you'd be doing 40. So now, okay, so you got that. You figure, okay, that makes sense. They just didn't have as much traction on the highway, the old tires. But here's where the real kicker is the acceleration. This is what's interesting. First of all, the old tires were heavier. These are lighter tires. So accelerating, you're not pulling as much weight. It's probably not a lot of difference, but I'm sure that helps. What's the difference is when you come out of the curve, on the old tires, you're at 40 miles an hour and you gotta get back up to 55 miles an hour. So you're accelerating, trying to get back up to that speed. But with these tires, there's no acceleration or very little. If you made it through the curve at 55 miles an hour and you come out of the curve, you're just at 55 miles an hour. But even if you had to slow down to 50, you're still 10 miles an hour faster coming out of that curve than you were with the old tires. So you only have to accelerate 5 miles an hour. So you're saving gas. So everything's just a savings on these. It's a huge difference. I had no idea that different tires made that big of a difference. I know somebody's going to be in the comment section, oh yeah, I'm a tire engineer and you're stupid, you don't know a thing. Oh, okay, well, I'll tell you what, go set up some solar panels and run a lawnmower repair shop, work on a submarine, you know, run your own consulting firm, and then get back with me. Okay, so I didn't understand tires. You're right. I got, you know, the one thing I forgot to study. So, but it is interesting, and I just thought I'd throw it out that you may want to consider, if you got one of those big trucks with all that noise. I mean, I hear them up this road all the time. It's just they're terribly loud. If you got one of those trucks that make all that road noise, you may want to consider highway tires. If you're not out there four-wheeling or running on gravel all the time, there's one. You hear all that road noise. You don't get that with this. It's such a luxury ride. I mean, I feel like I'm driving in a Cadillac. It's incredible. So I'm really happy with them. I know a whole video about tires, but that's something else. So anyway, I'm going to jump off of here, I think. So if you'll click this up next box, take the video over to my other channel. I really appreciate it. Go check it out. So if I can inspire you, well, learn something every day so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.